Good morning. Good morning. Let's see, I'm trying to get a good view for you. I never think I'm the good view. There, that's better. Walden Pond. Good morning. Good morning. This is Sunday morning practice. I've been doing this since the beginning of Corona, actually in March, April, and May. I'm Julie Hannon. Good morning. I'm sitting in the bright, bright, hot sun this morning in my shiny face. Shiny, happy people. I'm a shiny, happy person when I get to Walden Pond. I've been doing this since the beginning of coronavirus in March, and from March to May I did this every day with Fridays off, I think. And I've been doing Sundays since May. So last Sunday I talked about going deep, and I posted a poem and a short meditation in the rain because I just recorded a video because I didn't have signal for live. And good morning, everybody. I'm so glad you're able to join me and find me at Walden Pond this morning. And today I'm going to weave in the practice I intended for last week with the practice of this week and this place of getting into our hearts. Yesterday was called Lion's Gate, 8-8. I'm big into eights and connecting to infinity. So we're going to go into our hearts today in a deep, deep way and discover our own infinite. This is Walden Pond, and this is a place, so I want you to start to tune into your breath. So as I'm talking, notice your breath. Let's breathe together. One of the ways to come into deep connection with people is to inhale together and to exhale together. And do it again. Inhale, slowly fill your lungs completely. And then repeat and exhale through your mouth. As you join in, because I'm on my phone and not my computer, I'd love you to say hello or where you are. Or actually, why don't you post a comment where you start your practice? What's the one word of who you are right now? What are you feeling? What did you come to clear? So you keep focusing on your breath, and I'm going to talk to you about Walden Pond for a minute and going deep. Walden Pond is a kettle pond. It's what Massachusetts is famous for, these old kettle ponds that glaciers made, I guess. But what makes them a kettle pond is they have a shallow edge. You could see how clear the water is at the edge, and then it just drops off into the dark. And this one's about less than 200 feet deep in the middle, but very, very deep. So they drop deep like kettles. And it makes them cool and clear, and it helps to have them stay healthy in the summer because they're so deep, even though we people tend to interrupt that healthiness with our bacteria. So I want to invite you to go down deep into the places today with your breath and our meditation. What wants healing? So last week I told a story of a mermaid, and I misquoted. I said Walt Whitman in the poem, and it was actually William Butler Yeats who wrote about a mermaid finding its swimming lad and picking him for her own. She pressed her body to his body, laughed, and plunging down into the deep, she forgot that even lovers drown in her happiness. Good morning. Thank you for joining me. And this place of diving deep, to remember we have to take people, there's places that we can only go by ourselves, that we're on a solo journey. I wrote something yesterday, S-O-U-L-O, solo. Our soul's journey, we go it alone. The hero's journey, the heroine. And then it's important that we bring the gifts back. Today I actually brought for practice, I don't know, I do have it handy. I brought for practice a mask. Here in America, we wear masks in public. I don't know if you can hear me through the mask. I know you can't see me through the mask. If you look for my mouth or my expression, you can certainly see my eyes, and my eyebrows tend to have a mind of their own. So what are the masks that you wear that we don't see? Explore this place with me today, with yourself. I also wore a special shirt today. Let's see if I can do it on my board without dumping us all in the water. Woo. Whoa. Here you go. Love and Ganesh. And Ganesh is about removing obstacles. And my practice is about removing obstacles. And what we know, what I know, what I've learned, what I teach is that we teach what we most need to learn. So I most need to learn about removing obstacles to love. And what I know in my life is that the obstacles to love are me. Myself, my thoughts, my beliefs. So let's take a next breath. Bring your hands to your head or your mind. Say thank you to your beautiful mind and all of its capacity to create and imagine. And then inhale your mind. Inhale through the crown and exhale to your heart. And breathe through, exhale through your mouth. Every time we exhale through our mouth, it allows our parasympathetic nervous system to come online. We trust that we can release the breath because we know another breath is coming in. So inhale again through the nose, inhaling your mind down to your heart. Exhale through your heart. Breathe in and out of your heart, long and slow. Mary Oliver is one of my favorite poems, and she reads this poem, or she wrote this poem called that there are three things to remember. There are three things to remember. When you're dancing, you can break the rules. Sometimes breaking the rules is just extending the rules. And sometimes there are no rules. Many of the rules that we live by are the rules that are in our heart. The rules we've made, the patterns we've taken on and worn ruts in the pathways of our brain, in our life, and our heart. So I want to invite you into those pathways. What are the rules that restrict you in love? That keep you from your potential and the frequency of who you are? And let's take a breath across the waters here of Walden Pond. Let's inhale out across the water and exhale and drop deep. Let the water take you down that 100 or 200 feet. And do it again now in your body. Inhale through your heart and exhale and drop deep. Your root chakra, your roots go all the way into the earth, deeper than you can imagine. Breathe down into the deep as you take in these words. There are moments when rules are meant to be broken, when bursting out of context is the sole way to see with new eyes. Inhale through your eyes, close them if you haven't already. Exhale down into your heart. There are fences built only to be torn down. The slats look solid, but no one drove the nails in tight. There are barricades around the heart asking to be breached. As you exhale, see what's there around your heart. Is it feathers? Is it brick walls? Is it steel chambers? Is it simply an open playing field? There are barricades around the heart asking to be breached. Sooner or later, we will all run out of excuses for staying small and safe. Inhale again through your heart and exhale. Let the water rock you a little side to side. Let that rocking and cradling of the water take you deeper into who you are. This place, my understanding, well, it's Leo also, right? It's August. And Leo is the lion. The lion-hearted means to have the heart of a lion, to be courageous. Lions have big cats, maybe even little cats, come to think of it. Well, no. Anyway, big cats are fearless. They're at the top of the food chain in the natural world. The lion-hearted This is a time to manifest this place this weekend. I did a little research last night in this place from the 8th to the 12th, this magical place of manifestation. So if you could imagine your heart so open that it vibrated your frequency like waves, which it does, it acts like waves, that you could allow these waves to carry the waves around you to spread out across the world with freedom and love. And then exploring again with your breath on any places of fear inside you. Go deep. You don't have to have conscious thoughts about this to explore. Explore what keeps you from the treasures that you have, only you have access to, that you can bring up from the depths. So long as you haven't experienced this, to die and to grow, to die and so to grow, you are only a troubled guest on the dark earth. The place of all that we put as barriers around our heart, the possibilities of shedding that skin. Just like the serpent, one working to get her head out of the way, rubbing and rubbing and rubbing and clearing those spaces, and then wriggling out of her skin all at once, leaving the past behind like a death. There is a place which we refuse to let go what's growing underneath to come through. That place can bring us pain. And maybe you have fear that there's nothing growing underneath. But as long as we're here and living, we're growing. Just like our skin keeps growing from underneath and we keep shedding on the surface. So it is in our soul's journey when we allow ourselves to break through those barriers that we've put around our heart, or to lay them down, or to realize they're an imagination. There's a great song, maybe I'll post it in the comments, you probably know it if you are a fan of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Pure Imagination. If you want to view paradise, simply look around and view it. All you have to do is do it. There's nothing to it. Pure imagination. So what are you using your imagination for? Can you use your imagination to grow the frequency of your heart with your next breath? Will you allow yourself? Knowing that in the wave of love, all fear dissolves, all pain, all despair. Breathe in through your crown. Exhale through your heart and send that wave out. We know what we send out comes back tenfold. Can you send the wave out beyond the shore that you see right here, right now? Beyond the horizon, into the unknowable, into spaces you've never been, or perhaps into spaces you've dreamed of being. And then breathe in again through your heart and exhale down through the waters into the depths of the darkness that you cannot see, or just into the earth, deeper and deeper. As long as we're living and breathing in and out, dropping deeper, we're growing. The moment that we cease growing in any direction is when we start to die in some way. Certainly with that serpent metaphor, as soon as she stops shedding her skin, that's the end of her life. She does it her whole life, continuing to grow and leave the past behind, continuing to expand into her potential. And when she's expanded so much that she's restricted by her skin, she sheds it and leaves it behind, never looking back, happily giving it up as someone else's treasure and moving into the next layer of her being. So see as you breathe, maybe you need to adjust your seat if you're sitting, or stand so that your breath can move freely through your body. When we resist the process, we become a troubled guest. When we stop the emergence of our life that goes through all of us. Are you walking through water? Can you shuffle through? Can you move through whatever's happening? Sometimes someone puts an obstacle in your path and you have to walk around it. Sometimes you can go over it. What are you bringing along and what are you willing to leave behind? Breathe in through your heart again. We double the pain of living when we try to stop the emergence that all life goes through. Imagine if trees never shed their leaves, if clouds never gave up their rain and disappeared. So it is that we begin again. Each day new, each moment a new opportunity. Breathe in through the heart. Exhale down one more time into the depths of this pond, into the depths of who you are. Your body, your chakras are wheels of light. Your chakras are your rainbow body. Your chakras are many things, and what I'm looking for is that, there it is. Your chakras are the interface between your energy, your being, your wave, and your physical self. Can you drop in for the next few breaths to that 99.99999% energy that you are? Allow your breath to carry you there, deeper and deeper into the space in between your cells, in between the space. See how vast, when you bring your imagination into your heart, how vast is your heart with your inhale and your exhale? And when you breathe in through your heart and exhale down into the earth, how vast is the space between your heart and the bottom of your feet or your sits bones that touch the earth? Can you go out and touch the earth today? Are you joining me outside for this practice? Go outside, and go outside the limits of your thought self into the limitless place of your imagination. When we live from a place of fear or worry is a misuse of our imagination, or it at least limits the potential. If you can dream it, begin it. What are you dreaming? I dream, I know in myself, in my cells, that we are one people. And I dream that the world will someday, in my lifetime, mirror that possibility, that knowing that we are earthlings, that we've come to share a human experience. And if I make it all about my own journey and this solo place I journey, I dream of having limitless access to love in all the different regions of my life. Of allowing the love in and out, of giving it with, as I give my exhale to the trees with a gesture of love. as they give me their exhale as a gesture of giving and receiving, that love come in and go out. That those obstacles or doors or shutters I've put up against receiving love can be thrown open. What would you manifest if you could manifest something, some more love in your life right now? Where would it be? How would it be? What would its frequency and color be? Do it again without the specifics, without the matter, with the frequency and the color and the sound. How would it feel as you drew it in with your breath? What would you need to exhale and let go of to allow it to come in? Can you allow that frequency, that color, that sound, or that sensation to come in fully? Without attachment to a person or a place. Simply a frequency. What is the view from there? Where's the horizon that you're looking at? For those of you who join me from Thursday's Circle, I hold a circle on Thursdays, and maybe you all want to join me. Message me if you're interested, where we go on journeys and practice and connect. This place is also a place of dropping into those Thursday circles and deepening what we're doing, always deepening. So breathe in again, let the waters carry you deeper without any conscious thought. Go down to the depths, see what's there to be released or to be brought up to the light. Maybe there's a treasure down there in the depths. Dive deep, bring it up, hold the treasure up for you to receive completely in your heart. Who you are is so much more than what you do. The essence shining through heart, soul, and center, the bare and bold truth of you does not lie in your to-do list. Breathe in. You are not just at the surface of your skin, not just the impulse to arrange the muscles of your face into a smile or a frown, not just the boundless energy or bone-wearying fatigue. Delve deeper. Inhale. You are divinity, the vast and open sky of spirit. It's the light of God, the ember of your core, the passion and the presence, the timeless, deathless essence of you that reaches out and touches me. Who you are transcends fear and turns suffering into liberation. Who you are transcends fear and turns suffering into liberation. Who you are is love. Notice for the next few breaths, where is love in relation to you? Have you cleared? What obstacles have you cleared so that you could maybe vibrate that love that is within you more fully? Or perhaps you've cleared obstacles, that gate, that fence that you've built around has been laid down to rest, to dissolve, to compost into the earth. And what you receive is more love coming in, and maybe it's a little of both. I began this practice with an invitation to share what was up where you began your practice, to post in the comments. Where are you now? What have you received? What have you opened to in love? Excuse me. Who you are is the frequency of love. And we forget that in our to-dos, in the ways we choose to nourish ourselves, in the way we choose to move away from love, or perhaps we're simply moving away from the lack of love, and we get caught up in a path. in a rut where we believe that what we have, that not enough place, is all there is. So let's go one more time. The beauty of being at Walden Pond is that I paddleboard. I don't see any paddleboarders. There's one. And you can stand on the water. There's one coming up behind me. You can stand on the water and let it all drain out. So take a breath and walk out onto the water behind me and let anything that's in the way of receiving love, to create a new pathway through the water, through the still lake. You know, when you move out across the water just parts so simply and gracefully in front of you and behind you. You leave a big wake. Move out with love. Leave a big wake of love behind you. It's that simple to create a new pathway, to simply move forward, to use your optimism, your courage, and your intuition to move forward, to take positive action. Use your courage, this Leo courage that's being offered up to you from where the stars are and the moon is in August, from the generosity of the earth at this time. Bring all that strength and courage up into you with your courage and your intuition. Draw it up. And then move forward in positive action. Exhale through your heart. Make a new pathway. Make a new pathway. Who you are transcends fear. Who you are brings liberation. Who you are is love. It's been my deep pleasure to share this practice with you this morning. I'd love to hear from you. The deepest gift, compliment, and offering of gratitude you can share with me is to share this practice with friends. Post it on your wall, share that you're watching, maybe revisit it and do it as a watch party so that you can have your friends join you. Connecting in breath and love is what it's all about. And the best place we can do that is here in our own hearts, to connect with our own frequency and radiate love. I invite you all to leave a wake of love, to share this practice with your friends, with your family, to bring that treasure out into the world that you brought up from the depths, to find a way to share your becoming and what you brought, the gift you received from this practice today. I love hearing from you. I'm so glad that you joined me whenever you did, now or later, or repeating again through the week. Thank you so much. I'll see you next Sunday.